What up, y'all? It's your man D Real. Coming at you on New Year's Eve with that promised Black Panther #7 review that we always do. It is full of butt-kicking, self-discovery, mystery guests, and 4 straight pages of T'Challa kicking mucho butt. This is Be Real with D Real. Cue the music. Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It's your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where Edutainment explains it. Like I said, it's New Year's Eve. So, no, it's not New Year's Eve. It's almost New Year's Eve. Yeah, it is New Year's Eve. See, you lose track of the days. You know what? I know this is the 6th day of Kwanzaa, and it is Kuumba, which is creativity. And I'm trying to be creative today and hit y'all with some stuff I ain't hit y'all with. Nah, let's just do a Black Panther review. I wanted to say, shouts out to Miss Ewing. You are doing a magnificent job thus far, at least from what I'm seeing. I don't know what people are looking for exactly in this book, Eve. I know I hear a lot of people. Yes, I'm talking directly to Eve. I don't know what a lot of people are looking for in this book. If it's action and then you give them action, but if you give them action with no story being told, then they're complaining about, oh, it's just a bunch of grabastic things going on. And they're okay. People who are skeptical of this current run of Black Panther, please tell me what it is you want to see in this book in the comments. Everybody, you clever people, you not so clever people, whatever. I want to hear what it is you feel like you're not getting in this book. Maybe it's that you're not getting it, but just not enough of it. I don't know, because I hear different, complaints being levied about the run on this book. Okay. 7 issues in. The story is just starting to turn into something, and in my experience, issue 6 or 7, thereabouts, that's usually a turning point in a story arc, because you only got like what, 6? You know what I'm saying? 6 issues that you could throw together and be like, okay, that's a story by itself. Not going to be able to do that with this book, but I'm talking too much and I need to get to the review. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. But first, we need to do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to Be Real with D Real page, so that when new material comes out, you get it if you're digging. What a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share, because edutainment is what I do. Now, let's get to doing it. Okay, last time we left you, there's a whole lot of explanation about who and what kivu'ma was, as well as Mteli, another Black Panther ancestor. Yeah, let's call Mteli that. Yeah, and so with this book, we got to see kivu'ma. We got to see that T'Challa had infiltrated Baba Nkisu's compound, and kivu'ma infiltrated Baba Nkisu. And that's where the story of this book, issue 7, we're reviewing, picks right up, and they get right into it. He's trying to revive kivu'ma. He's trying to revive Baba Nkisu from getting kivu'ma'd. But that's what's happening. Baba Nkisu is getting kivu'ma'd, and Baba Nkisu's daughter pops in and thinks it's T'Challa that done this to kivu'ma. He's breaking it down. He's trying to explain it to her. And of course, she ain't listening. And she's telling her henchmen to attack the Black Panther. And they know it's the Black Panther. But because they got to follow orders, they attack the Black Panther. And then we get to see some really spectacular scenes, either by Mac Chater or Chris Allen. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's Mac Chater's art, because Chris Allen has a little more detail to his Black Panther when he draws it. At least that's what I have seen thus far. T'Challa's handling folks. Light work. Light work. And he's done. Cracking people in the face, kicking folks in the solar, well, not the solar plexus. That's probably more like a groin kick. But yeah, they're all laid out, done and finished for T'Challa. And he's like I said, later. And then we go to the next page. Baba Nkisu, a criminal, is having a funeral that very easily matches, or I shouldn't say matches, but is very, 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 very reminiscent of Felix Mitchell's funeral in Oakland, California. Glass casket being, well, his looked like it's being drawn by oxen. Felix Mitchell had a horse-drawn carriage. It was in Jet Magazine. Look up Felix Mitchell images. Check out that man's funeral. I feel like this is something that was drawn directly from that. Now, let's get to the images of T'Challa. You see T'Challa up there on the roof. He doesn't quite have all his gear on. He's looking down on the city, you know, a la, I don't want to say, you know who, that guy in black who's gruesome and was voiced by Kevin Conroy. T'Challa looks very African in that image right there. If I had to think of somebody that this image of T'Challa evokes, it would be somebody like maybe like a Francis Ngannou. If y'all know who that is, MMA. Look that guy up. He's a Nigerian MMA fighter. And that's kind of who that reminds me of, with the veins and all the rippling stuff coming out and whatnot. But he's trying to get down to his business, get on his head, get on his business, handle what he's supposed to be doing. But over the course of handling what he's doing, he's having a dilemma. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he does. And he even says it, you know, he's done little to suture the wound that is being caused by Baba Nkisu's death, because, you know, when you got two rival families and then one of those rival families kind of drops off, then everybody's jumping up to try to get a piece. So, you know, T'Challa's working overtime. That's a nice image. That looks very, that looks like Chris Allen, because we see the daggers on T'Challa when he's swinging. Okay. In older pictures previous, not so much. But I'm not going to mince about the art, because that's not a thumbs down for me. And this is where we see T'Challa chilling with cousin Yobi, and he's telling him he feels like he's nothing more than an enforcer in Wakanda, and I mean in Tiki. So Yobi suggests blending in and learning stuff. Go some places, go hang out, go do some things. Put your ear to the street for real. You know what I'm saying? And that is exactly what T'Challa does. He puts on his Ize disguise and goes out and does things. I called it the Tiki. I meant BT. The BT. Bernine T'Chaka. Okay. He's out at clubs. He's in at a Gebetta tournament in Imteli Park. Ooh, nice reference, Eve. Mango cake at the Kitu Market. Sunday Kiki Showcase. Kiki. Kiki. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it's fun. And T'Challa has been engaged in it all, it looks like. And then who does he stumble across one day in the club? Yeah. Those Nkisu henchman that he inadvertently helped out in an earlier issue, and now they like, hey, you know, wedding caterer with the Bruce Lee moves. Remember the Deathlock issue? Yeah. You want a job? Perfect place to hide in plain sight, right? So next thing we know, Ize is the bouncer at the club. And he does such a good job at the club. They like, I don't want Ize to be at the door at the club no more. Miss Nkisu want him driving for her. And that's where we see Ize next. He's driving for her, and she's actually kind of opening up and revealing things to Ize. This is where he needs to be. He needs to be in a place where, you know, he can get info, where he can build a network, you know, where he can have Hattutsuraze, so to speak, where he can have Dora Milaje, so to speak. And I'm not saying Dora Milaje and Hattutsuraze in the literal sense. I'm saying people who can act in that capacity for him in the BITI. And here he is, you know, getting into the inner circle, the holiest of holies. You know, Miss Nkisu is, you know, telling him some things he may not necessarily need to know. You know, say, she like, go home. I don't need you. I'm gonna be here all night. And so there you go. Info. But what are we doing with this info? Well, let's find out what's being done with this info. Look at who it is. Surprise guest, Natima Ngoza, better known as Beisa. Better know as Beisa. Was that a typo? Missed the N. Anyway, she bumps into this fella. They bump into this fella. I don't want to mess up my pronouns. And makes him drop papers. But he manages to get them back thanks to Beisa, but she kind of pockets some. And what's on the papers after she gets them back to her spot and she's reading them over and talking to her connection about, oh, I need to get my payment. Let's look a little closer. What's on that paper? We see Baba Nkisu circled. We see Cartier St. Croix circled, and a note from T'Challa. Nice pull. Good news. Does that say curry? Curry or Carrie? Curry. Is he inviting them out for curry? And there they are at the Spiznot. I guess that's where they hung out and had curry before. But comparing notes, and they find out that Cartier St. Croix has a holiday home here in Wakanda. Interesting. And rather than go there fancy, nah, they gonna take the train. Interesting. And that is Cartier's vacation home. Nice. Looks like a castle. And they slip inside. There's only Beisa and T'Challa can, noting that there hasn't been anyone there for a while until someone says, excuse me. Who is that someone saying, excuse me? Well, if we talk about St. Croix, it is none other than Monet Yvette Clarice Maria Therese St. Croix. I'm going to say that again. It is none other than Monet Yvette Clarice Maria Therese St. Croix. M for short, if you don't feel like saying all that. She is a genius, a mutant, and has multiple powers and is more than capable of giving T'Challa problems. Yo, what did I like about this issue? Pretty much everything that went on. I, of course, first and foremost, I enjoyed that T'Challa was whooping ass. I also enjoyed that at this point in the game, Eve decided to get introspective. I like that. And T'Challa's doing self-examination. I like that. I like that a lot. Salute to you, Miss Ewing. I'm enjoying what you're doing. I'm digging what you're shoveling. I am. So far, the story went up a notch, and it's got curiosity peaked. What's going to come of this Monet and T'Challa battle? Because we know it's a battle coming. You saw next month's cover. So how is this going to work out? Oh, is it going to be a misunderstanding fight? Is this going to be, okay, I know my daddy's a criminal, but you ain't got no business in my house. How is that going to turn out? How come kivu'ma took a back seat all of a sudden? Did kivu'ma take a back seat? Seems like it. I would have liked to have known what went on with Baba Nkisu. Will Baba Nkisu be back? Will he be rise from the dead? What? How? What went down there? You know what I'm saying? He called on kivu'ma to die. That doesn't make any sense to me. He said kivu'ma's name. kivu'ma encouraged him to say his name, and I would have thought, you know, Baba Nkisu would have been possessed by kivu'ma rather than just getting killed. Interesting developments. Interesting developments. If y'all have not went to mheroes@marvel.com and dropped them a letter telling them that you are currently enjoying Eve Ewing's run on Black Panther, and yes, sir, we need lots more of it, please do so. Please do so. I encourage you to do so. I am going to do so after I get done with this video and tell them how I felt. Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy this? I enjoyed it. Interesting. 8's going to be a doozy, y'all. Sixth principle of Kwanzaa today, Kuumba, which is creativity. Let your creative side flow today, y'all. That's it for now. But fret not, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all, be good to each other.